So we're going to see how to blink an LED using Raspberry Pi 4. So this is the connection we'll be using. The pin out that we are going to use here is actually pin, we're using pin 16 of our GPIO.board or pin 23 of our GPIO.BCM. So any of them works. So currently we are using 23 here to blink our LED. So let's proceed. So the first thing we're going to do is to go to our terminal. So in our terminal, we're going to install ROPI.GPIO library. So we'll do sudo apt get install ROPI.GPIO. So we're going to allow it to install the library. Type yes for enter. As soon as it's done installing, we'll go straight to writing the code in Python programming language. So yes, so it's done. So we're going to create a file called blink. So I'm going to say nano blink.py. So that's the file here. So this is where we'll be writing our code. So the first thing we're going to do is to import ROPI. Make sure you type, because it's case sensitive, type it the way you're seeing me do it. So as GPIO. Then the next thing we're going to do is to import time. Then after that, we're going to do GPIO dot set mode. So here we're going to say GPIO dot BCM. Then we close GPIO dot set warnings. Then GPIO dot setup. So we're using 23 of our BCM, don't forget that. So GPIO dot out. So let's print let's print on our timeline something like LED on, then GPIO dot output. So I'm going to put 23 comma high. High is to make it common. So time dot sleep. So let's allow it sleep for 1 second. That's delay. Then we're going to print. Let's print LED off. LED off. Then GPIO dot output. Then we're going to pass 23 comma low. That's GPIO dot low. Sorry, I made a mistake here. Here it's supposed to be GPIO dot high. GPIO dot high. Okay, so this is what we currently have. Yeah, this is what we currently have. I'm going to, first of all, we imported the library. we imported time library also. Then GPIO.set mode, we are using the BCM numbering convention. Then GPIO.set warnings, we are making it false because we don't want any form of warning to intrude our running process. Then GPIO.setup, we are setting 23 as an output pin, and then print LED on before owning it. This is where we are now owning the GPIO.output 23, GPIO.high. Then time.sleep, that means delay for 1 second. That means it's going to be on for 1 second. Then print LED off. Then GPIO.output GPIO.low. Now this is just going to make it come on. It's not going to blink. It's just going to make it come on. So I'm going to just save it. Ctrl X to save. Then press Y, enter. So for us to run it, we're going to say sudo what? Blink dot path. Sorry, sudo python blink dot path. So let's run it and see if our LED, can you see that I responded? It said LED on, LED off, so no error. So let's do our connection physically to verify if this is really going to work. So this is high. So I'm going to just link it to my LED directly this way, or let's just work with our breadboard. So we're going to work with the breadboard straight ahead. So this is going to be my high line. I put this here. Then through a resistor. So the negative goes through a resistor. So our ground is our ground. Yeah. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to just connect the positive end here to 23. 23 is the 8 point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then the ground is just for it. So when I put this on my ground, and that's it. So let's run it again and see. So we'll go to our terminal and type sudo python blink.py, enter. So it came on, but not that bright because of the LED, the resistor here. So let me just plug it directly. Can you see that? If I run it again, see the LED is coming on. Okay. So the next thing is to make the LED blink. So I'm going to open the file again, nanoblink.py. It's open now. So I'm going to come to this point, press my tab key. So I'm going to come back here. That's my tab key. Tab. So for it to blink, I'm just going to run my Y through. So the same applicable here. I'm going to tab. Tab. That's it. So I'm done. Ctrl S to save, Y enter. So let's run it again. Sudo python blink, enter. So you can see our LED is on right now. It's on right now. Ctrl X, Ctrl C to terminate. So we need to add a delay here so that we can see the time of off. That's why it's permanently on. So we need this line to be copied and pasted. So we need that line of code here. So we're going to paste it here. And that's it. So let's Ctrl X to save, Y, enter. So run it again. So we expect it to be blinking now. So can you see that? So our LED is blinking constantly, non-stop. So it's going to keep blinking. It's going to keep blinking. So for you to add a resistor, you can just add a resistor. Let's add a resistor to it. So this is a 330 ohm resistor. So I'm going to just start it here, and that's it. So our LED is currently blinking using 2 wires, just like you can see on the screen. The blue wires here, the blue wires here. So one of the wires went to the resistor, through the resistor access the LED, while the other one went straight to the LED. So that's what we have, and that LED is blinking. So I hope you understand this clearly. Feel free to ask a question at any point you don't get it clear, and I assure you I'm going to give you an answer to it. Thank you.